Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We going to the top, baby. We're going to bring others with us. So let's get it popping. Let's talk about growing up hip-hop. It's going down. The hours before the show is premiere today on Thursday. Well, yesterday. R. Kelly was, basically arrested on 13 indictments. Like, OMG, like, wow, what a coincidence. This episode was about R. Kelly and his daughter. I was like, whoa, this is just crazy. Like, it's going down, baby. So let's get into it. OMG, just with, the Brat and actually, Mama Deb. Basically, the Brat is not trying to hear it. She ain't trying to give nobody no free ride. She ain't trying to help nobody out here like that. Like, you got to earn your keep. Like, she got the wool. She got the world on her shoulder. And basically, you got to cut in between and try to get in close to her because she doesn't have a mushy heart. Because you know what? She's been locked up too as well for 2 years. Bankruptcy and then a settlement and all this other stuff. And she came out of jail and basically a prison. And she got her life together, and she's on the Ricky Smiley show, and then she's on this show too as well, and she's doing her thing, but she ain't trying to let no new friends come in. She told Deb no new friends at all. And then the rumor around town is nothing that Brandon is nothing but a liar. Even Remarkable said Brandon is a liar. I was like, OMG. And basically, he's been known as a liar. People don't believe that he's actually a fireman. And Deb had the nerve to say that if she needed the fire truck or the firemen to come and rescue her, she hoped Brandon is not the one. I was like, yo, what is going on? Ayana still is picking and she's looking, and she does not trust Brandon at all because she gave him a secret, but basically it was a made up secret, and he went and told everybody, so she knows that he's out here talking about her and spreading her business. And so that's why she doesn't want anything to do with Brandon anymore. Then Brandon got a bone to pick with Bow Wow. He wants to talk to Bow Wow about what he posted last year. Bow Wow was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even remember. I can't even comprehend what you're talking about. Bow was like, I didn't just want to get up and walk away from him and just like pay him dust, but you know what? I just let the man say what he gotta say. I was like, OMG, it's going down. Then Andrea Kelly talking about R. Kelly hasn't paid child support for a whole year. He owes $161,000, and basically this happened before, and she almost lost her house. And she said R. Kelly better flip burgers, he better sing, he better do a shift here, a shift there, get her that money, baby, because that's what you're supposed to do for your children. You got 3 kids. And I was just like, And there's supposed to be a gag on Andrea Kelly, but there's not. And but there is. But since R. Kelly broke the gag first with his book, so basically they're going back and forth whether she should talk about R. Kelly or not. But it doesn't even matter because right now he's locked up. He's behind bars. It is what it is. I was just like, damn, it's going down. Like, there's some girls that are safe out there, but we got some other people like Ed Buck, and we got some other people like Ed Espinal, out here, doing their thing, and Harvey Weinstein and all of them, you know what I'm saying? Out here just chilling. So it is what it is when it goes down like that. And then we got Remarkable. She get on stage. She does a good job. She got a nice voice, but they got to tune her up and work on her. I was like, okay, I feel you. So let's get into it. Let's get it started. So let's get to Bow Wow. Basically, he's talking to JD. JD's talking about he was in jail for 72 hours. Bow Wow was in there for almost a day. And then Wright was like, she trumped their car and was like, I was in there for 2 years. Bow Wow's describing his experience of what he went through and all this other stuff. But it doesn't seem like they want him to be very more humble. It seems like the Brat and JD wanted him to be humble and learn from his mistake, that you take some time to yourself, stop being with this one and that one, stop promising girls this and that, stop getting into trouble. We tell you, we warn you. And actually JD was like, yo, I was right next to you when it went down. I was right next to you when it happened, bro. You know what? I heard you leaving the club and you was yelling, you was screaming and at your girl and everything. I was like, damn. So it's just showing that Bow Wow was the aggressive. Everybody is just basically, a lot of people just painting a picture on the show that Bow Wow was the aggressor. He was the one that was out of control. And so that's the situation. JD was like, I thought it was going to be that night. And it was. And then the Brat was like, oh shit, JD, you predicted it. So Bow Wow said he's going to try to do different shit. Mostly going to try to be better or whatever. But he was prepared for it. I guess they want him to shed a tear. They want him to be more humble about the situation. And just say, like, own up to what his part is. And basically stay in some counseling. That's what they want from you, Bow. But you ain't giving it to him. So we have that situation. And then, Bow's just like, whatever, they're gonna go see Remarkable form. And Bow's just like, I need some girls. Can I have a throw a party up in here joking about the situation? They don't think nothing's a joke. And basically, Bao is just like, yo, JD, you was locked up for 72 hours, but there wasn't social media. There wasn't IG. There wasn't Twitter. There wasn't YouTube. There wasn't that out here. So what are you talking about? So then we get none other than, you know, Miss Deb. She is talking to, you know, Ayana. Ayana comes over, is like, Deb, did you set me up? Did you bring Brent? Did you invite Brandon to Bow Wow's party? What's going on? And basically, you know, Ayana was like, is he really a fireman? Is he lying? I don't trust him because I told him a secret and he told the world about it. And she was like, you know what? How come he's not fit? How come he's not in shape? And so Deb was like, yeah, I don't firemen supposed to be in shape? Don't they supposed to have a nice physique? Don't they supposed to be built athletic? What's going on? And so they went to, Ayana went to do the research to see how long, you know, the classes, you know, last, the fireman training lasts. And basically it's 3 months. And, you know, Deb was like, it's been longer than 3 months. He should have lost some weight. He should be fit. He should be having something going on. And she was like, I wouldn't want him to come and rescue me. I was like, oh Lord. And then, you know, Deb was like, he posted a fire truck, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. She was like, he posted a fire truck, but he was far away from the fire truck. And Deb is starting to think, but I do like Deb's wig. I like her wig this episode. All her wigs, I think most of them look good this episode. Like, she had it on point. I think that color fits her. That's on her head, the purplish, grayish, and the purplish roots, and then the tips, purplish, grayish, whitish. I mean, it looks good on her. I like that. And so basically they're checking on, you know, they're checking on Brandon that he's a lawyer. And so then they just talk about the fireman post that, you know, Brandon did on Instagram. And Deb is like, you know, I don't want to get me to thinking, don't get me to thinking that he's lying, because everybody now, I guess Brandon came back on the show to be the fibber of the show, to be the Pinocchio of the show. What's going on, Brandon? And so then Brandon meets up with Remarkable. They're working out, and basically Remarkable was like, you know what, Brandon didn't do nothing to me, but he's known as the liar of ATL. I was like, OMG, we got a newbie talk about he's a liar. But so that's Eazy-E's daughter. She's there. They're talking, and basically Brandon's talking about his situation with Bob, posting things negative about him and saying things about him, that he's difficult to work with, he's hard, he's this, he's that, you know, he's not a good employee. And so, you know, Brandon wants to confront him and wants to know what's going on. Why you say all that to me? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Brandon, you know, need a storyline. They talk about R. Kelly being arrested. Then R. Kelly was arrested today. Well, yesterday. Like, damn, a coincidence. Did they do this on purpose? Oh, Lord have mercy. And then people are talking about Drea Kelly's makeup. They're saying the lip liner, the peak lip liner, whoever did her makeup is wrong for that. I was like, I don't really see nothing wrong with it. You know, lip liner remind me of when, you know, people used to wear lip liner. You know what I'm saying? And so people cracking on her lip liner. And then basically she talks to her daughter to let her daughter know that R. Kelly was arrested for non-payment of child support. Her daughter was like, you know what? This is the oldest daughter, Buku, or whatever her name is. And she's just like, you know what? I'm just done. Like, this is just too much. I have my own issues with R. Kelly, basically. And, you know, she used to be a trans man, and now she's a lesbian now at this time and point. And so it is what it is. And so now we have, I guess, you know, his daughter actually like transformed, like one of the women transformed. I forgot her name, that R. Kelly had changed into a woman, into a boy. Forgot her name. So moving on from that, so we got Andrea Kelly, and we have, you know, Tammy. And basically Andrea Kelly is talking about, you know, she was suffering, she was trying, you know, trying to make it, trying to do her thing, and everything went wrong. You know, she got away from R. Kelly. You know, he pulled this thing again. We're not paying his child support. You know, she had to hustle, she had to struggle. Yes, she did have to, with 3 kids, you know. And she was dancing. She was like, she gets her own money, she works and all this other stuff, and it's just so hard for the kids. And you have Tammy basically talking about her situation with her daughter's father not being a good father, not being a good guy, and her daughter being there seeing all the things that she went through. And basically she talks about Waka being a great father. And I was like, oh shoot, how come Waka and Tammy don't got no kids? Then somebody reminded me that he was on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and I think he participated in that sperm count test, and whoever had the lowest sperm count had to do, you know, a song with, what's her name? I forgot her name too. Had to do a song with, what's her name, from Love and Hip Hop. And And so you have that situation. So I don't know if that's the case. If Waka was really one of the guys that was doing the sperm count thing with Ray J and Safari. I can't remember Waka being there, but basically he's supposed to do a song for Hazel E. So it is what it is. Then moving on from that, we got the Brat. She got her stone face on. She got her mean face on. She's feeling a certain type of way. Easy E daughter ain't getting no free ride just because me and her father was cool. I was like, damn, if Easy E was here, she wouldn't be on this show. She would have a career. She would be in the rap gang. She would have probably albums out there if her father was here, because she is hip hop royalty. Her father did a lot of things in Brat, acting all hard and hardcore, knowing that this girl that slept on the street, been in a group home and all this other stuff, and if her father was still alive, that wouldn't have happened to her. And nobody came from that, made all that money off of Easy E, came to help his children at all his children, none of them. You know what I'm saying? I was like, Brat, you are just too hardcore for me, baby girl. So moving on from that situation, Brat is just like, no way, no how. So they go see Remarkable Form. I like her outfit she had on. She did have a good voice, but her dances were terrible. And then also Deb didn't like the dancers, and just like, what is this? It looked like a 1995 talent show, but because of the dancers was making all type of crazy faces. They're talking about she needs to take off her glasses, interact with the crowd and all this other good stuff. But overall, they like her voice. She has a unique rap voice, and I think so too as well. There go her in her green outfit. They had on green. I was like, hey, they did have on the boots from the 90s, but they ain't the boots from the 90s, but they're a replica of the boots from the 90s. And plus the outfits. And right now, if you go to the mall, you go anywhere, all the lime green and pink, orange, all the bright colors that done made their way back in. And so look at the dancers. They got all types of face. They said the dancers can't dance. Bow Wow, he comes through. He shows up. He told Remarkable he was coming, but he comes late like he's Mr. Big Shot and whatever. And so Brandon stops him and was like, I want to have a conversation with you. We need to talk. And Bow was like, I haven't talked to this dude in a year. Why he won't talk to me? Like, he want that camera time. But Bow was like, I'm going to give it to you, baby. I'm going to give it to you. Plus, you big and huge. I ain't got security, but Bow Wow does have his boys. He ain't worried about Brandon like that. So anyways, Bow Wow ends up talking to Deb and talking to, I'm the Brat. And basically, he's talking about Angela this. He brought up Angela again when he was in the beginning of this episode with the Brat and with JD and all that other good stuff. Oh, I'm gonna get married to her. We're gonna have a kid, this and that, all that other stuff. And it was like, and the Brat was like, isn't Little Romeo have that claim? But Little Romeo denounced that relationship between him and Angela. He just has a crush on her, but they're really just friends and they work together, and that's it. And just people want them together. That's what he said on the Wendy Williams show. So moving on from that situation, we have Deb telling Bow Wow, oh, you happy about Angela coming through and being your friend, and you get in a relationship with her and you marrying her and having kids or whatever the third is, whatever that case may be. You need to love yourself. You need to love who you are. Excuse me, you need to get yourself together, buddy. You need to do your thing correctly. You need to find your stuff and stop worrying about all this. I was just like, Deb was going and she was preaching. And the Brat was like, she just wants Bow to stay out of trouble. So he does have people that care about him that's around there. And basically he gives, none other than Remarkable a drink. Her man is over there in the corner watching. So it's a good thing her man ain't jealous or whatever, because Bow Wow and BJ, what's his name? BT wants, Remarkable. They think she's cute. They're talking about deflowering her. They're talking about opening up that flower that she look good. So moving on from that, we got Bow. We have, we have Pimpin', and we have BT. Basically, they getting the B12s. I want to try that, getting the B12s, vitamin D, and all that. Get it into your system. I want to try it like that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel BT with the needle situation, and then Bow reads on his phone that R. Kelly got arrested, and basically he got out on $1 million bond. He was like, my situation ain't as bad as R. Kelly. I'm not bad at like all these other people out here. I'm not like Jesse Smollett. He had to throw Jesse Smollett in there too as well. Like, come on. He threw Jesse Smollett, but see, he's still not looking at the severity of his situation, because he got off easy, but not really easy yet. But you know what I'm saying? Because it's still pending, or whatever the case may be with that situation. But it could turn to something big, just like Deb warned him before, that you have a daughter, she can be somebody and treat women like the way you treat them or whatever. And also Deb told Bow, you need to stop bringing these girls to your house. You need to stop moving them in and promising them this and having a great life with them when you're not serious and you don't even want to really settle down. So Bow said he's going to be single for the rest of his life. That's not true. He'll be in a relationship sooner than later, and this is R. Kelly. and they talk about that situation. So then this is R. Kelly's daughter. You know, people was talking about her wig and stuff like that. You know, leave the young girl alone. You know what I'm saying? She's going through a lot. She's been picked on. You know, parents didn't want their kids to play with her, or go to her house or whatever. If I had a kid and I lived down the street from R. Kelly, that means I'm rich, right? And and my kid wanted to go to R. Kelly's house, and I know what went on in 1994, 1995. No way, Jose. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna put my child in the lane of fire, but it affects her because she didn't do nothing. She was born into this situation. You know, she didn't ask to be here, and she had to suffer, drop out of school, a whole lot of shit she had to go through, man. It's sad because the children is going to suffer, and this is ever going to be a stain on her, like she did something wrong and she didn't, and people being mean to her, mistreating her and talking about her. People was talking about this wig too, saying that she looks like a librarian. I think she looks pretty. I think she looks beautiful, and basically she's struggling and she's crying because she's going through so much. She probably had a tumultuous upbringing, because God only knows what Drea, you know, Kelly explained what she went through and all that other stuff. You know, what did the kids see? What did she see? She was 21 years old, so she might have seen stuff. She might have heard stuff. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Or heard her mother crying, or heard anything. So, you know, she done been through a lot, and it's hard for her, and she's trying to get through, and people go on her IG and blame her and stuff like that. And she also wanted to leave this earth, and they're calling her selfish, but she was a child at the time. And then the two people that are supposed to protect you in your life is your mom and your father. When your father ain't even protecting you, he ain't even put money in your pocket or raising you. But they only said that he hasn't paid child. Drea only said on the show he haven't paid child support for a year. So evidently from he was paying child support or whatever at one point in time. So she didn't struggle that hard. You know what I'm saying? She struggled, but she didn't struggle that hard. That year that he didn't pay child support, she struggled, or whatever the case may be. But she got her $161,000, and she's lucky she got that, because it's going to be everybody coming through. He got tax evasion. He got everything coming through, because he has no bank account, no nothing. He doesn't know where his money at, when he was going, who was laundering, who was fondling it, who knows. So this young girl, she's been going through the most, and imagine all the other children and things that they go through. The people see them, and it's social media. People know who they are. People want to take pictures, talk about them, and point the finger like they did something wrong, and that's not the case, because they're innocent. Andrea basically is just like, it's hard to be a child of R. Kelly, and basically try to, you know, cut ties, you know, for the children, because that is their father. So we got the Brat, and we have none other than Deb. They meet up. They're at the boot camp situation where they're going to have artist development, something Brandon's supposed to be doing, but you know, he's out here, you know, saving people. You go ahead, Brandon. And basically Deb is gonna, you know, Brat doesn't like the location. She said it smells, it stink, it's dingy, it's dungy in here, and she ain't feeling it. Like, let's get this together. This is not where we want to start up. And basically Deb was like, I invited Andrea Kelly to come through to teach dance lesson. And Brat was like, what you mean dance lesson? What is she? It seems like she didn't want to deal with Andrea Kelly or anything close to that situation. But the Brat did also mention that when she was on tour with, you know, R. Kelly, Bow Wow was there too as well. And because Bow Wow mentioned that he did a song with R. Kelly, and they worked together. He only knows him professionally, and that's it. And he didn't want to speak on it. And you got the Brat saying that, listen, you know, Andrea Kelly was a dancer. She knows her. Then once R. Kelly snatched her up, you know, cuffed her up, they never saw her no more. So basically that's the story everybody said. Even R. Kelly said that once, you know, Andrea Kelly got with R. Kelly, it was over for that. So anyways, the Brat was like, we're supposed to be business partner. I don't got time for your shenanigans. You bringing all these people, all these sob stories, trying to help the world, this and that. You get taken advantage of. I don't want no new friends. Don't bring nobody over here, and you don't even ask me. Like, come on, what, dancing is not that important. They need artist development, how to talk, how to rap, how to sing, you know, and how to, you know, be in an interview, and how to conduct yourself, and plus business and contracts and stuff like that, and be professional. Dancing is the least of the characteristics that they need in artist development. That's something last. So why are you bringing somebody in? I bet you already told her. So the Brat is pissed off. I can understand the Brat being pissed off, but you know, because you know, basically the Brat feels that, you know, Deb always pick people that turn around and do her, and basically she's a softie, and people walk all over her, because she has seen people over and over and over walk over Deb and take advantage of Deb, and she still got Brandon in the situation that's probably taking advantage of her too as well, but he's on the show known as the Pinocchio. So we have that situation. So I'm just like, damn. And you know, Mama Deb, she can't get a word in. She's trying to speak. She's trying to say it's not like that. You don't understand Andrea Kelly, because she can teach them to sway and move, but and feel themselves and work out. But also with the dancing teaching that Andrea Kelly has, I know she can teach them medication, breathing exercises too when they rap, not to get out of breath. She can also teach them how to find their inner self, because I know she does yoga, she does all that. She's deep connected to whatever she does when it comes to dancing and meditation and yoga and all that other stuff, and getting to your inner core and cleansing yourself through meditation and dancing and music and all that other stuff, which she can help. But the Brat is not feeling that, and you know what, and Brat was like, you already told her she could, and the Brat just walked off. She was just like, nah, I'm done. So you guys tell me what you think about the situation, what you think about the show, the R. Kelly getting arrested the same time the show, an hour before the show was supposed to premiere on Thursday. What do you guys think about that situation? What do you think about R. Kelly's daughter and what she's saying? What do you think about Andrea Kelly? And what do you think about Brandon being a lie? And what do you think about Remarkable? Let me know. Peace and out. One love to all my peeps and my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. Please hit that like button. It'll be greatly appreciated. We're going to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. Me and my peoples, we going to the top, to the top, to the top. Peace and my one love.